Recording in progress.
We are going to jump in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. With a consideration for the spring, the function that returns in the spring. And listening recently to On Being with Krista Tippett, and she was talking to Janine Benyus. Janine Benyus created the first book on biomimicry, and she is currently working with organizations to help them design the spaces of our work and our industrial landscape differently. And so, for example, working with Ford, she went and said, if you hire us, we will work on how to create a factory that does the same good that the land would do that you're going to use for your factory. This is a 4,200 acre factory. The Ford Motor Company is building this, like what comes next thing, right? And so her researchers went out and found a 4,200 acre similar biome, climate, region area, and looked at how much water did it filter, how much carbon did it sequester, how much clean air did it produce. And she said, those are the metrics for your factory. So that when water moves in and out of your plant, it is repaired in the same way that water falling on a forest is filtered through the soil, and by the time it reaches the river, it has been processed, it has been clarified. And so we can always learn from nature. And as I was listening to her, I was thinking, okay, how do I mimic the forest? So that which is coming into me, I am sequestering carbon, right? I'm aware that the energy that is necessary to move me from one point to another, I can offset that. I can plant things. I can sequester carbon if I participate. I can filter someone's experience and what's coming into me. You sound agitated. You sound upset. I hear you. This makes a difference. I can take in a circumstance and then I can put out grace. And in that, I am acting like the forest. And how does that become possible? It becomes possible through the way in which I tend myself. It becomes possible through this practice of showing up, of moving, of breathing, of processing my own thoughts, of processing my own participation. Am I moving through this with aggression? Am I moving through this with dismissal? Am I skipping this entirely? Am I just letting someone else will clean it up, not me? I don't know what to do with that. You're just in a bad mood. I'm not going to talk to you. Or am I going to let it come into me? Am I going to let it filter through me? And am I going to tend to that which comes in? And so it was just this wonderful opportunity to think about resilience. The resilience of the forest is this huge system of clarification that works together through movement and anchoring and releasing, and we can be the same, that we can truly participate in a way that is of benefit to everything that moves through us. And then on the forest tip, and because it's our last week and because it's really going for me, this crazy little potion is from High Garden Teas, and it's called Forest Nymph. And I will eat anything that's green. And this is exactly what I've been looking for. So you've got raw apple cider vinegar, you've got honey, you've got sarsaparilla root, hawthorn leaf, berry, myrtle, spice bush, ginger root, cinnamon, alfalfa chlorophyll, reishi, shiitake mushroom tincture. And you put 2 tablespoons in a glass with ice, add seltzer, and you have this incredible green drink. And so I'm aware that some of the things that I have are not always of greatest benefit to my body. And then I stop and I say, how can I repair that? How can I put it in balance? Simply the thought of how does this work? What am I doing? What am I saying? How can I filter my words? How can I take it in? And when it comes back out, it's of benefit. So even if I go and I have some of Lily Kate's cake and it goes like, oh my God, I know that I can repair it. And in the knowing that I can repair it, I become such an agent of ability. I'm not breaking myself down. I'm like, oh, that happened, and this is how I put it back. This is resilience. Help that which helps you. Good morning. Good morning. We will start. Today, I'm going to add a breath. Before we do the original you, I will add a breath because this is the breath that I'm suggesting you take until we meet in the summer. Because this is our last week together of the original you. You've been building a breath. And this next breath will be called the breath of 10. And it is a perfect breath to be using in the spring. So you can use any of the warm-ups that we did and then pause after the warm-up. Instead of the original you, do the breath of 10. So we'll introduce it a little bit and you'll work up to 11 minutes of the breath of 10. And this is building your protection and your projection. And to me, it's increasing that filtration possibility. This is what I bring in and this is what I put out, and I can handle more. So, breath of 10. We will start standing today because we started on our backs so much of last week. And just starting out, shaking out the heels, shaking out the hands. Bada, 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 bada. Letting it get all the way from one heel to one knee, from one knee to one hip, from one hip to one shoulder, and then out the elbows and out the hands. And just this shaking is a rearrangement, that which allows us to get unstuck. So this initial principle, oh, what have I been doing? What have I been holding? If it's coming into me, it just gets stuck. I had an interesting weekend and it wants to be clogged in me. And even without any formal movement, I can let it go. 3, ha, ha. And it's like the moment that you say, oh my God, what are we doing? I can't do this. This is weird, right? You're holding that in. So just a little more wag your tail, shake it out, and then just start the side to side, right? Just start moving. So we get unstuck and then we begin to give it direction. And it can go behind you, it can go in front of you. And as you move, you begin to realize, oh, this is okay. This is okay. I'm okay. I've got some agency. I've got some momentum. Oh. And then you get a little more organized. One hand in front, one hand in back. Get bigger. Take up space. Oh. And as I start moving, I start noticing, right? Adam set this up with the most beautiful flowers around me, all the light, all the technology. And I'm like, oh, I couldn't see it. I was stuck in my thoughts. I was going. So a little more bend of the knee. Bring your elbow towards your opposite knee. Bring your heel of your back hand towards the opposite hand so that you start getting a little bit of a rinse in the mid body. And then open your arms wider. So I can feel my spine and my digestion. Yep. A little spin, a little spin. 5, 4, 3. Good. You'll land with your hands on your hips and swing your heels across the front. Flex your feet. Get into the inner thigh, the outer hip. Five, 4, 3, 2. Good. Hands up and open. So with your hands up and open, turn towards one side of your mat. This is the finish. Lift your heel. And then drop your hands, put them together, and lift the other heel as you come down. So swing and open. And bring it down. And up, open. And then use the movement and start to just think about your toes and how lifting your heel is opening the ball of your foot. And it's as though as the sole of your foot opens, the chest opens. That is right in your feet. Swinging open, swinging closed. Oh. 5, 4, all the way through the back, through the navel, through the chest. One more. Good. And then with your hands up high, turn to the other side and lift your heel and open the arch of your foot, the length of your toes. Feel right there. And as you bring your hands down, lift the opposite heel so that you're using this movement to open your feet. And only once you're in your feet do you really start to get into the hands. You're just swinging up. Open and close. Really great when you're traveling or you're in a hotel or you're waiting in a station. You can't sit down or you don't want to lie down on the hotel floor, but you need to get yourself going and you've got 2 minutes. Swing open, swing close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Palms go back. Press, press. So a little bend in the knees, land in the feet. Feel what you've done. And from that base, press your hands back. Drop your heels. Keep your knees soft. Spread your fingers a little bit. And let this open the front surface of your body. And then you start to filter it. You start to process it. I don't want to do it anymore. Awesome. Don't get it stuck in you. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't want to do it anymore. Don't want to do it anymore. Let's go a little wider. Don't want to do that anymore. Hands, little flick of the fingers. Oh, heels down, heart up. Hateful things, right? Things coming in that we really don't want, but we have the capacity. Here we go, hands a little higher. What am I clearing out? What are the hateful things I've said to myself? Clear it out, clear it out. You're filtering it, you're processing it so that it doesn't land in you. This is the work. Who says the tree wants to deal with our junk, right? All the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Keep going up. Oh, keep going up. All the things that we've held in our shoulders, in our spine, through the chin, and then all the way back down. Widen it out, widen it out, widen it out. Good. And bring your right hand to your right shoulder and bring it up and follow your elbow around. Follow it up and around. So we started in the feet, we went through the mid body, we're opening through the chest. Now go right up into the point of your chin, moving through the neck and the throat and the crown of your head, opening out. Good, you're gonna let your right arm go so it opens all the way up and out for 3. All the way up and out for 2. Good, take your left hand to your left shoulder, take it back. Watch it go, watch it go. So you're coming into the spaces between your ribs the side of your jaw, the side of your head. We can act as that mechanism of clarification. We hold emotion in our connective tissue, in our fascia, in our posture. Open the left hand high and wide. 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. One hand and then the other. And one hand and then the other. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hands on your hips and circle. So that you can use the circle to connect what you've done in your legs to the space you've made in your upper body. Find the middle. 3, 2, and then reverse. Getting up under the jaw, as though you could clear out under the tongue, the root of your tongue. The root of your tongue is where your words begin. 3, 2, good. And stand up tall, heart high. Notice the change. Notice the change. So we're processing the stiffness and the stillness of the night. Step your right foot back, your left foot forward, your left hand at your left hip. Square off your hips, your back heel down as you can. A little tick moment. Raise your right hand, bend your left knee, plug your back heel into the floor. So all that front body opening, keep that as you lift your back thigh away from your front heel and then set it down and come back. So inhale, you bend and you open. And exhale, you sit down. When you bring it down, 2 little presses back. Put it together. Pow, pow. And then up and open. And then down. Press twice. And adding on. Press twice at the bottom and at the top. So back, back, down, back, back, up, back, back, down, back. One more. And stay. Take your left hand high. Left hand holds right wrist. Go a little left. Little bit back. Those tiny little back. Tiny little left. Tiny little back. And letting go, change sides. So your right foot steps up, your left heel steps back. Right hand, right hip, square your hips. And as you bend your front knee, take your left hand up. And so use the first to establish your feet, that you're in the outer edge of your back foot, even as you bend your front knee. Lifting your back thigh away from your front heel, find the movement of the legs. Find the sweep of your arm to open the chest. And once all that's put together, add the little press back, back, and up, and back. And that little extra press, how can it open? It asks us to hold our legs more clearly and back at the top, and back at the bottom. Open, open, press, press. Last time, take your hand up, back, back. Right hand holds left. So that little back, back, take it right. Back, back, a little right. Heel down, chest broad. Good. Standing tall. Let it go. Soft knees, soft hands. Sweep up, sweep open. Bend your knees, sweep wide, fold down. We'll unfold, so don't go anywhere. Knees soft, head drops. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, hard up, stand up. Hands wide, sweep down the backs of your legs. There's your exhale. Rise up through the backs of the legs. There's inhale, 4. And reach wide and fold down. 3. And rise up. And fold down. 1 more time. Good. Fold down. You'll step your left foot back. Find your lunge first. And pause. So if you need a block under your hands, a little forward, a little back, open the ball of your back foot, open the arch of your back foot, and then stand heel over the ball of your foot, and your knee comes forward. Put your left knee down and walk your right armpit over your right knee. So your blocks would go wide if they're needed, and your knee takes your heart forward. Stay 3. You can give it a little rock. Stay 2. So you're just allowing the left side to lengthen, to open. And then hands down, step back, find your dog. Walk out your dog, sway your hips, move your chest as you need to. High plank, bring it to the floor. Peel the chest open. And we'll go 3, roll down. More flowers. Roll open, chest up. And roll down. 1 more. Roll open, bend your knees, flatten your feet, fold it back. A little side to side, arms are long, hips are folding. And then hands, knees down dog. Just starting, just starting. The left foot will step up and you'll find yourself in a lunge. Hands on blocks as needed. Go forward, go back, open the ball of your foot, open the arch of your foot. And then right knee comes to the floor. Fit your left armpit into your left knee. Bending your knee into your armpit. It takes your heart forward. Gaze forward. Widen into the corners of your eyes. Can you see a little higher? Can you look a little lower without moving the point of your gaze? Open the periphery. Good. Stepping up. Hands wide. Sit down. Turn your thumbs up. Lift your heart up. Lift your hands up. Interlace your fingers. Press straight up. Tuck your chin and a little side to side. So all the ways that we've been holding still, little circle. And we'll start to let it move. Reverse your circle so that we're connecting the openings, the clarity. Upright and bend your knees, hands wide. We'll come down through the right side, steps back. Right knee down to the floor, hands up high. And down. Press back down dog. So you take your time, your body opens at your pace. And high plank, and knees, and chest, and hips, and cobra. And child. And we'll do our moon salutes right from here. So draw your hands back, lift your heart high, lift your hands, and then sweep out and draw forward. Draw through, inhaling, opening, and press back down dog. Right foot will step up, and the left knee will come down. Hands high. Your pace, your breath, set it down. Exhale. Step up. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, heart up, look up. Sweep wide, fold down, right foot leads you back. A lunge. And knee down. Hand up. And then hands down. Down dog. high plank, to the floor, to cobra, and child. Fold. Good. Draw back, rise up, hands high, lift, look up, and then back to the floor. Draw through, and down dog. Foot leads to a lunge, to a knee, to hands up, and down. Stepping up, reaching wide, sitting down, thumbs up, heart up, stand up, look up, and widen out, and sit down, and step your left foot back, lunging, kneeling, rising, and down. Step back, down dog. High plank, to the floor, to cobra, to child. And now, without trying to get to the posture, just think of the flow forward and back. Rise up, sweep open, and sweep down, reaching out. Draw through, rising up. Draw back, down dog. Right foot leads. A lunge, a knee, hands wide and high, and wide and down. Step up, hands wide, sit down, stand up, look up, sweep wide, flow from one to the other. Right foot back, lunge to kneel to hands, look up and down. But the poses, the movements, clarifying our bodies. Down dog, taking out what's stuck, high plank to the floor, down. And open, heart, chest, child, fold. Hands back, lift up, look up. This mobility is trustworthy. Draw through. Let it keep changing you. Open. Down dog, fold back. Left foot. Right knee, hands up. And fold. Step up. Hands wide. Sit down, stand tall, reach up. And last, to bring it down. Left foot, knee, and rise. To fold, step back, to dog, for 3. And high plank, for 3. And the momentum of your breathing continues. The momentum of your body continues. And bring it down. And peel open, harder. 3. Making our stillness active and stable. Child's pose. Down dog. It will turn so that we can be seen. And the right foot steps up, Warrior two, go wide. And so just moving from your feet, reaching the right hand up and apart, straighten the front leg, draw back. Come into the warrior two, settle wide, bend your elbow, take it across the top. Yep. And from your back heel, lift your left hand back, warrior two, and reverse. Press into your front foot. Move from your feet. Bend your front knee. It draws your right hand forward. And the elbow drops and the left hand comes over. Can you find the sensation like a cartwheel reverse? That your arms lifting up and out of the feet, that your arms go wide, warrior two, elbow to thigh, last one, sweep over. And keep it going, left hand back and reach back and stay. The pelvis, the ribs, and right hand to right shin and left hand sweeping over the top. And only the hand keeps moving. Over the top, look down. Left hand up and over the top, look up. Right out the very top, look down. And look up. Left hand keeps reaching over the right foot. 3. Can we get the breath unstuck? Can we use the posture to clarify what's going on in here? Get your breath into your body and left hand wide and high. Bend your right knee, warrior two, stay 3. Drop in, you got it, 2. And suddenly what was difficult is a lot easier. Straighten out, turn your toes to the front, hands to your hips, put your fingertips to the floor, and bend one knee and bend the other. If you need, put blocks under your hands. You have a little stability and just bend one knee. Start to feel to the inner thigh. Keep your outer foot to the floor. Yeah. And from your tail back and the crown of your head forward and the chest is broad. And keep your right knee bent when you're there for 3. Reaching into the outer edges of your feet. Your toes are long. Your tail is back. Your heart is high. Inner thighs lengthening. And shift. Bend your left knee, straighten your right. Plug in. Outer edge of your right foot. The arch of your right foot rising. Tail back. Navel rising into the body. Spine long. To center. To bend your knees, to drop your seat, to lift your heart, to stand up wide. And you pivot on your feet. And you turn your left heel so that your left toes point to the back and your right heel down, and your warrior two. Set it up. Draw back, straighten the front leg, draw your arms apart, open the chest, and then warrior two, bending the left knee, elbow to thigh, over the top. And use your arms, drawing them apart. They lift you up and they send you back. And you bend your left knee and you open your arms wide and your elbow to thigh and you reach over the top. And you go wide. And you reach back, opening up, arms wide. Elbow to thigh. And again, draw back. Each one making a change, making clarity, right? So that the breath becomes free, becomes clear. And then reversing, draw your hands apart, straightening the front leg, a little wag of the tail, draw up, left hand to shin, triangle, right hand only, up over the top. And then it draws back. That movement, that momentum, look down, right hand up, over, look up, get the movement all the way through the back of the head. Right hand keeps moving, there's a momentum. The water draining through the soil. And reach over and stay. Right hand wide, warrior two, stay. Just land in your feet, chest broad. So the palms face the floor, the shoulder blades down the back, the navel to the spine, just standing in the feet. Back into the center, turn your heels in, hold a big ball, just drop in and stand. This is it. This is it. Drop in, stand up. Knees widen and make it a little smaller, like a little pulse. 3, yeah, 2, great, good. 1, a little pause, a little bit side to side, stay in it, stay in it, stay in it, just a beat, and then bring it up. And sit it down right there with your heels wide. And let that all wash out. Knees down. Oh, knees down. All the way through the ankles, through the feet, through the hips and the heels. And lift up the chest through the sternum. So you are welcome to be exactly here. Or reach your right hand up, across and back. And the other side. So that little pulse back, pulse, pulse, that we started standing. Pulse, pulse. Oh. And we'll keep this going, and we're going to in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. So as you pulse back, it's in, and then out. And that little pulse in the nose is a stroke. So that's 2 strokes in the nose. Two more. Good. Finding center across your legs. Bring your seat beneath you. Feeling the space that you built through the front of the chest. You're upright. And circles. So that the whole front surface is clarified. And then inside and under that surface, the spine has some mobility down into the seat. Change your direction. Smoothing it out, putting it together so that the back equals the front and the left equals the right and the top equals the bottom. And come to the middle. And hands on shins, a little forward, a little back. And we're just going to use this movement, this momentum of the body and the spine to feel the strokes of the breath. So usually we inhale with the little rock forward, and what we'll do is we'll inhale forward and then back and then forward and then back. So it'll be 4 going in, out, 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 out. Same thing, but we'll go out the mouth. In, out, 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 out. Hands wider. One more. Sit tall, be still. Noticing an emanation from the active stability, the open front body, the steady spine, that emanates a quality of joy, of possibility, of light, and it also protects us. On days when we are worried, anxious, depressed, in our doubt, that field will become very small, and that breath will offer us an opportunity to expand it. So let's put fingers to shoulders and just turn a little left, right. In, left, out, right. Just loosen it all. Turn your chin. Let the chest and the elbows and the shoulder girdle open a little bit more. Let the top of the head, the throat, Vishuddha at the throat, the energy that masters the way that we communicate with the world, what we hear and what we say, loosening from the base of the skull to the base of the neck, the tips of the elbows across the throat, just making sure that's not locked up. Good. You can stay or put your hands behind your head, opening through the armpits. Oh, a little higher up, a little smaller. 5, 4, 3, 2. Excellent. Hands up high. 3 sips in. Now tuck your chin and cap that and lift through the spine. Energy up the spine, filling the midbrain with light. Chin up and out and down. So that this is the very axis that we're working from. Clear and strong and capable. And if there is doubt, let doubt become a question. And I am simply holding the question in my body. It doesn't need to leave. I am available to what comes next in response to this question. It doesn't need to be snuffed out, pushed aside. The doubt is a question. Make space for the question. Make space for the answer. I am available for clarity, for seeing, for knowing, for being. So breath of 10 is our projection, our protection. We go in 5, out the mouth 5. Those strokes that we built with the body. Any adjustment you need, we'll go for 3 minutes and then we'll pause and we'll go into the original you. Right? So anything you need. Everything is welcome. Doubt, concern, fear, shortcomings. There it is. They are questions. In the nose, out the mouth. So the hands, which I almost forgot, almost clap. Right? We go. Relax your arms. Spine tall. Relax your shoulders. For 30 seconds. Last round. Hands up. Inhale. Hands on your head. Hold. Exhale. Hands out. Palms up. In again. Sips. Hold. Hands at heart. Energy at heart. And out. Inhale. 3 sips. Hold. Heart up. Chin in. Hands on belly. Stay. Energy at belly. Palms open. Thumb and first fingertips touch. Be still. We'll take it into the original you, or you can lie back and rest in this. Your practice is the forest, bringing us into motion, clarifying our thoughts and our perceptions as it filters through us deeper and deeper into our soil, running through and beyond, so that whatever we've accumulated can be digested, be broken down, and pass on. And as we do that, we decrease the inflammation of the current world. Interlace your fingers and stabilize this pressing out. Smooth out your breathing, prepare yourself. You are this forest. The practice is a forest. We are systems and agents of ability and clarity. Hands out, arms strong, spine strong, in the nose, pause, out the nose. Maybe starting 3 in, pause 3, out 3 or 4. Pause and out and in and pause, heart up, chin lightly in, stable, breath out and free. In and pause and out. Interrupt your breath pattern and use this instead. In, pause and out. Continue. A little wriggle in the arms, a little clarification, a little certainty. The palms are opening, the arms are lengthening, the shoulders are dropping, the spine is tall. We'll add holding the breath to let it out, a cannon, the mouth in an O, and out with an explosion in to hold. To in. Blowing away limitations, assumptions, blowing away expectations. Shake it out if you need to, or adding on. Inhale, hold the breath, pump the belly, the navel back towards the spine, and out. Put it all together. Two more. Let it out. Let it out. Hands, shoulders. Shake the wrists. Good. Fold the last three fingers down. First one points up, out and away. Little circles. Let it relieve the shoulders. Long, deep breathing. Out and away, out and away. Ah! So we shake it around. We get unstuck. Processing, filtering, breaking down, opening up an inner wisdom, a wider, deeper guidance. 5, 4, 3, and just take it up, take it up, take it up. Inhale. Lightly hook your thumbs, pull them apart. Be still, tall, bright, full. Chin up, breath out, hands down, palms open, and be still. The doubts or questions, be open to the answer. Let the breath go. Notice how you may have been holding it. Let something else have far more permission to move within you and through you. You have done your part. And that there may be a bit of relief to put the effort aside. And in that relief and ease, softening the lips and the mouth. And without moving or changing the expression, feel the sensation of a smile. Without moving or changing, feel the sensation of a smile at your eyes. Feel the sensation of a smile through your scalp, through your neck and your shoulders. The breath is effortless. The intention, the sensation of a smile in the lungs. My lungs are smiling. And the sensation of a smile in the viscera, in the inner organs, in the abdomen. Smiling at the present moment of ourselves, nothing more. Stay as long as you like, as long as you can. If you have more space, time, lie down. Let it be so. Rest in this. And when you conclude, just raise your hands to your head and a breath. And place your hands on your chest and a breath. And place your hands on your belly for a breath. Palms together, thumbs to the forehead center. Satnam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. May we be like the forest and the trees and the soil. Everything comes through us is benefited. See you Wednesday.